Right, here you go. Christmas project, bit of fun. I was going to call this the 12 Ribs of Christmas, but then realised when I designed it, I was actually on holiday. But I did design this while I was on holiday. I designed this using Wing Helper. The whole idea was it was going to be the 12 Ribs of Christmas, and I was going to do videos every day. You know what life didn't get like that. That didn't happen. So anyway, this is now the 12RX. This is the 12 Ribs of Christmas. It's a very, very simple design. I used Wing Helper, and there is a discount on Wing Helper over Christmas for Nick 30. If you type in Nick 30, you get 30%. I have nothing to do with the company. I just found it the best software I've ever come across for designing stuff. So look, there it is. It's just 12 ribs. It's dead simple. Oh. So let's crack on and build the 12 Ribs of Christmas, the 12RX. Right, okay, so we've cut out all the, there's the two spars, front and rear, and the 6 ribs. Let me show you. So there's my spars, front and rear, and there's the 6 ribs either side. So I have accurately marked a straight line at the back. That's going to be for the rear spar because it's straight across the back. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to drop ribs 2, 3, 4, 5 in to get it all located, and I'm going to line it up. Then I'm going to drop 1 and 6 in. When I've got it all pinned in shape, then I'm going to zap it with some glue. Right, there you go. Fairly easy, went together. I reckon you could smash one of these out in an afternoon. So a little bit of blue tack either side of the rear spar. I've got this line here, square line up. You do have to give the joint there just a little bit of love, about 4 or 5 wipes with one of these nail files. And now I'm just going to glue this all together. And there we go, the basic plan form of the 12 Ribs for Christmas. Bit of fun over the Christmas break anyway. So the next thing's going to be leading edge, trailing edge, and let's see how my work has done on trying to do the taper, taking the measurements from Wing Helper. Right. 2 wing halves. I'm not being funny. If I wasn't doing this filming for you guys and girls, I think I'd have it finished in about 3 hours. Now, let me show you what I've done. I've actually done a leading edge, done in 2.5, but because of the Wing Helper, I've been able to calculate the height of the ribs. Sorry, not the height, this nose length here, you know what I mean. So I've managed to have done that on Coral Draw, given myself this taper because obviously it goes down to a thinner rib, and I am going to wood glue 2 of these together like so with the leading edge logo, woo, get me, on the inside, and then I'm just going to glue these with wood glue and then leave them to go off. Don't forget, wood glue is far easier if you're going to be doing any shaping or planing. I do have some spares actually, so when I've got this glued together and I look at it and I think needs to be a bit thicker, I have got a 3rd one I can add on. But anyway, that's the leading edge, and I'm doing exactly the same with the trailing edge. Because it's a flying wing, I am going to make the trailing edge quite robust. Interestingly, I just cut one of these out of the laser cutting, and it's suddenly gone boing, boing, like it's, remember when them goldfish used to win in a Christmas cracker and you used to put it in your hand and you go, it's going to tell you a fortune. It looks like this bit of balsa is about to tell me my fortune. Oh, I need to go on another cruise. Right, when I've got these glued up, and I'm going to slam them on the front and on the back of the wing, I'll get back to you. Right, I'm absolutely buzzing. It's always the little things in life, isn't it? So, little bit of brief history. I wanted to do my own leading and trailing edges, so using the Wing Helper gave me the exact measurements, and I cut myself these tapers. This is for the trailing edge. I've done one for the leading edge. Ooh, stuck that on straight away, and I have literally held those against the ribs and then just quickly tacked them with Sino. I don't normally use Sino for stuff like this, but this is like a quick project, and yeah, wow, I am buzzing. Right, anyway, here's your trailing edge, leading edge, and next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to knock all the tabs off. I'm going to cut them actually, and then we're going to think about I'm just going to do the bottom sheeting to start off with, because I'm thinking about bottom sheeting, joining the wings together, so that then I can then look at where I want to put the two servos. And boy, this has gone together quickly. Anyway, 12RX. I'll get back to you shortly. Right, 12 ribs of Christmas. 12 ribs of Christmas, fun build. So I have sheeted the bottom. If I'm honest, if I'd have thought about it, I should have sheeted the top, whacked the servos in, glued the servos to the top surface, and then sheeted all the bottom. Don't ask me why. No alcohol was involved. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to slowly sheet this to the forwards to about here, and then I'm just going to, I have thought about dropping the servos in like that, but it's like, is that a bit naff with the arms sticking right out? Would it be better with the arms sticking like that? I don't know. I'm going to have a think about that. I mean, that logically would be nice, simple, you know. It is a bit of fun for Christmas. Who knows? I'll speak to the bolter gods and see what they speak. In other words, I'll give Andy a ring. I'll see you in a moment. Right. I think I made a bit of a boo-boo. Well, not really, yeah, sort of. I mean, this is a bit of fun for Christmas anyway. Right, so let me tell you what I'm talking about. I put the back sheeting on. I have put these servos upright and hot glued them in place. Now, if I was thinking about it, I think I might have said before, it would have been better to have sheeted the top, laid the servos on top of the sheeting. It is what it is. So all I've done is I've just literally copied that shape, and that's going to fit on there like that, and then the servo arms will come out. So I'm just going to do another one for the other side, and then think about possibly paneling one in and then keeping one open, because at the moment what I'd like to do is keep an area open so I can just mess about with the battery to get that, use that to get the CG just right. But anyway, so just one more to do, and then we'll be on to sanding and covering. Right, there we go. One finished construction of the 12 ribs of Christmas, or better known as the 12RX. Let me just show you. All I've done is everything else is glued. Those servos have gone in lovely, and I've just kept that to stick the receiver in and to put the battery in, and I've left it like that so I can get some idea of where I want the CFG. I might end up having to cut some of the sheeting, but I've got a fairly good idea where the CFG is going to be. So remember, I did all of this with Wing Helper. If you are interested in building this and using Wing Helper, just make a comment in the comments, and if you'd like just a quick video on how I actually did it on Wing Helper. But remember, if you quote Nick30, Alex at winghelper.com will give you a 30% discount. I mean, you can try it for 7 days anyway, but honestly, I'd got no idea about computer software, and this is the Wing Helper, and getting the laser has been a game changer for me, and I think I've said this more than once. Anyway, I've got no idea what this is going to fly like. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sand this down and then get ready just for the covering. Right, doing these sanding, planing, brilliant. I've just done these on the tip because I thought it was a little bit, particularly with the flying wing, also top tip for the covering. So although this is quite rigid, I just thought once I've got the covering on, what I didn't want was it to crush up at the tip. Anyway, I'm sanded, I'm happy. I've gone over just to make sure there's no little standout bits, because I have gone against the grain and used a fair bit of cyano building this one purely for time. Right, so I'm now going to cover it and I'll get back to you. Right, there you go, finished. You've all seen me do loads of covering before, so all I've added is a 40mm Elevon. Now these, oh my god, what a nightmare. So I think I've said in the past that my head and the computer are not quite tied in just yet. We haven't quite assimilated with each other. So when I did these fins thinking, oh mate, that's well cool, integrating that all the sheets of balsa. It was tiny, 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 tiny. So I ended up doing another one, and that came out not much bigger. So I had to go back, I had a good word with myself, and ended up doing these fins. So there she is, the 12RX, or the 12 ribs of Christmas. A couple of specs. The frame without the battery is 99 grams. With the battery is 123. I'm using a 4.8 volt, 400 milliamp hour, on those little 2/3 AAA battery things from NiCad from Angel Wing Designs. The span is 760, and I've got two metal geared, those little cheap metal geared servos in here from Angel Wing Designs, and I've got this at the moment, and then when we're feeling racy, I can go absolutely mental with that. So anyway, listen, I'd like to thank everybody for their support over the last year. Been absolutely superb. Thank you very much. I've got to give a big shout out to Andy Whitehead for giving me the laser. It's been a game changer for me. I know that's a word I've used a lot, but it has. And interesting enough, learning this new software and keep learning this new software. An interesting thing is I reckon my memory's got better. Well, my wife reckons my memory's got better. Take that as you will. Anyway, listen guys and girls, thank you very much for following me. As you can imagine, I've got a lot going on in my head with the laser in the background. I've got gliders on the go ready to show you. I've got loads of ideas. If you have any ideas, please put them in the comments. But anyway, I wish you a happy 2026.